open Godot and open a project that you've already got. So our first step is what we're going to look at creating is just a basic menu with a single button on it that when you click it, it'll take you to another scene. So what first we're going to do is create a user interface node. We note there's three different colors: the blue, 2D, red, 3D, green, user interface, and then grey or white is basically our standard. So we're going to create a user interface control node, and we can see we've got our orange box here, which is basically the area that all the information is going to go into. We can right click, we'll press Control A and add a control node. In here I'm going to search for a button, and on the right I'm going to put some text. I'm going to have a play button, and I want to rename this. Button play. Now I can position this with our anchor preset, so I could sort of center that on our page. I'm going to take this, right click and duplicate, or Control D. So we button play 2, I'm going to have button quit, and I'm going to change the text on that to quit. And at the moment both these buttons are positioned over top of each other. So what I'm now going to do is add what's called a VBox container, so vertical box container. I'm going to drag my play button into this as a child and my quit button. Note the order that these appear determines the order that they are on the screen. This can be a little bit annoying to line up evenly. Now I'm going to move that VBox container and align that in the center of my page. I could also go and drag an icon onto here, my sprite, to get that, and I'm going to rename that control node to what this is. This is our main menu, and we'll save that scene as main menu. I should be starting to put these into folders. Now I want this one to run when my program first starts, so I'm going to right click and set that as the main scene, and now I'm going to press F5 or click the play button. It goes and runs that scene. But these buttons don't do anything at this point. We're going to go and add a script onto this. So I'm going to right click on the control node. Usually you're going to put scripts on the root node, the one at the top of this tree. And I'm going to click create, and let's put some default bits in here. I'm just going to click on my quit button, and I'm going to click on node, signals, and I'm going to have when pressed. And we can either pick a function that's already there, or I can name it here. So rather than on button quit press, so it's taking the names here, I can put whatever else I want. I'm going to connect that up, and we can see it's like a little radio signal here that's saying there's a signal here that is linked, and we've got this little green icon to show that that's linked here. What we're going to do is just add some code to quit the game. So get tree, basically the whole game is a whole bunch of nodes and these scenes all joined together in a big tree. Get tree is basically get the whole thing, and that knows how to quit. So I'm just going to quit at that. Now I'm going to hit run. Now when I hit that quit button, the program finishes. Still nothing happens on the play button, but that's all we want to do. Obviously if we want to, we can go back to our 2D view, see these, back to our inspector, and then some of these we can go and modify our layout. We can say custom minimum, let's say we want it to always be 75 pixels high and maybe 200 pixels wide, and we'll do that for the play as well. Maybe that one we want it to always be 400 wide and maybe 150 high, because we're going to make that one always be a bit bigger. But note, some of these also start stretching. Just this is the way our VBox container sort of works. So we've got our basic designs in here, just with our little quit button And that's all we're going to look at just in this. So a quick way to get a menu loaded. So we'll just quit out of this, jump back into get our desktop, and we've gone added main menu, and we've got a quit button is working. Commit those, push them to origin, and then we're done once that finishes uploading.